Hi there, my name is Lauren Portingen. I work for Corizon in the Community Services Department, and today I am joined by
Sarah Francis, and I work for Corizon also at Front Door and Children's Mental Health.
Thanks, Sarah. And today we wanted to just do a short tapping video on general uncertainty. The world feels very uncertain. We've gone through a number of months living in this COVID pandemic time. And for me, at least, it almost feels like things started to kind of feel a little bit normal. And now we're talking about reopening. We're talking about, work looking different, life looking very different. And it feels like there's a lot of unknowns. And so we've been hearing that this fear of the unknown, this sense of being uneasy with this lack of structure has really been getting to people. And so that's what we'd like to focus on today. Before we get started though, I'd just like to point out that if this is your first time tapping with us today, that there is a short video called Introduction to EFT. We'd encourage you to watch that. It points out and runs through the different tapping points on your face and body. It also gives you a bit of a sense of what tapping is, how it works, that kind of stuff. Just what you can expect in these videos and how you can expect to feel. And with that, I think we'll get started. So the first things first, we want you to just take a second, maybe take a deep breath in or two, and just take stock of how your body feels, especially as you think about that fear of the unknown, that uncertainty that we're experiencing. For some people, they feel these uncomfortable feelings very physically in their body. So just give yourself a second to tune in to see what that feels like or where that hits you in your body. You might also consider scaling it from 1 to 10, 10 being, the worst discomfort that you felt when considering that uncertainty, and 1 being, doesn't faze you at all. It just helps to get a sense of how that energy is shifting in your body. And with that, we'll get started. Okay. Even though
I
feel uncertain,
I
have a lot of fear about the future.
I have a lot of fear about the future.
There's a lot of unknowns. I choose
to
love and accept myself anyway. And even though I have these big fears, these fears of the unknown, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. It makes sense why I feel this way. And so I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Last time, even though I have all of these fears, there's lots of uncertainty. There's lots of fears of the unknown. It makes me feel uneasy. Mm-hmm. I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Great. Eyebrow point. I feel uncertain. There's a lot of unknowns right now. Makes me feel this uneasiness. Mm-hmm. The world feels uncertain. Mm-hmm. I feel uncertain. About what to expect. I don't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. I don't even know what's expected of me. So it makes me feel uneasy. And really uncertain. Mm-hmm. I even feel a little scared. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of unknowns. I feel safe when I know it's expected. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what's expected right now. Mm-hmm. There's lots of unknowns. Mm-hmm. Things are reopening. And I'm not sure how that's going to unfold.
And I'm not sure how that's going to unfold.
There's lots of uncertainty.
There's lots of uncertainty.
There's lots of unknowns.
There are lots of unknowns.
And it makes me feel uneasy.
And it makes me feel uneasy.
I don't like feeling uneasy.
I don't like feeling uneasy.
It's hard to plan with all these unknowns.
Hard to plan with all of these unknowns.
I don't know what next month's going to look like.
I don't know what next month's going to look like.
Or what tomorrow's going to look like.
Or what tomorrow is going to look like.
It's all so complicated.
It's all so complicated.
I don't know what's expected of me.
I don't know what's expected of me.
I don't know what I can expect of the world.
I don't know what I can expect of the world.
So of course I feel uneasy.
So of course I feel uneasy.
Of course I feel a little afraid.
Of course I feel a little afraid.
Or a lot afraid.
Or a lot afraid.
I feel uneasy.
I feel uneasy.
I feel uncertain.
I feel uncertain.
I really don't like it.
I really don't like it.
It's hard to think when I feel this way.
It's hard to think when I feel this way.
Makes me feel all kinds of things.
Makes me feel all kinds of things.
I even feel unproductive.
I even feel unproductive.
And I just feel off.
I feel off.
Yeah. There's a lot to think about.
There's a lot to think about.
My brain is busy.
My brain is busy.
Especially trying to figure out what's going on.
Especially trying to figure out what's going on.
There's so many unknowns.
There's so many unknowns.
It leaves me feeling uneasy.
That leaves me feeling uneasy.
Makes me feel a little afraid.
Makes me feel a little afraid.
This fear of the unknown.
This fear of the unknown.
It's really getting to me.
It's really getting to me.
This uncertainty.
This uncertainty.
It's really getting to me.
It's really getting to me.
I feel uneasy.
I feel uneasy.
Deep breath in here. So again, after doing a few rounds of tapping on that uncertainty, that fear of the unknown, give yourself a second just to tune into your body, see how it feels, if it feels any different. If you did scale that intensity of that uncomfortable feeling, check in again to see if it's gotten bigger, smaller maybe, hopefully smaller, but sometimes these things take time. And we'll do another couple rounds. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Even though still have this uncertainty, this feeling of uneasiness, it makes sense why I feel this way.
It makes sense why I feel this way.
And I know that I'm doing the best I can.
And I know that I'm doing the best that I can.
Even though
I
still have these uncomfortable feelings.
This
fear of the unknown.
This fear of the unknown.
I know why I feel this way.
I know why I feel this way.
And I love and accept myself anyway. Last time, even though I still feel uneasy.
Feel uneasy.
And uncomfortable.
There's
a lot of unknowns.
So
of course I feel this way.
And
I know that I'm doing the best I can. Eyebrow point. No wonder I feel this way. The world is quickly changing. No wonder it feels like the world was going crazy. It kind of is. And the rug was pulled out from under me. So of course I'm uneasy. Of course things feel uncertain. It makes sense. course, I don't feel like I can trust things right now.
Of course, I don't feel like I can trust things right now.
Of course, I have this fear of the unknown.
Of course, I have this fear of the unknown.
Maybe,
just
maybe my feelings are justified.
Just maybe my feelings are justified.
Maybe I'm not the only one that feels this way.
Maybe I'm not the only one that feels this way.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
And so I choose.
And so I choose.
Give myself a bit of grace.
Give myself a bit of grace.
Some space to feel these things.
Some space to feel these things.
Deep breath here. And so I choose.
And so I choose.
To help myself.
To help myself.
Whatever that looks like.
Whatever that looks like.
I know what feels good.
I know what feels good.
I know what I can do to help myself feel good.
I know what I can do to help myself feel good.
So I choose to do those things.
So I choose to do those things.
Even if they're small.
Even if they're small.
And I choose.
And I choose.
To believe.
To believe.
That I can keep myself safe.
That I can keep myself safe.
That there are still things that I'm in control of.
That there are still things that I'm in control of.
I'm my own person.
I am my own person.
I'm in control of my person.
I am in control of my person.
And I choose to believe.
And I choose to believe.
That I will be well.
That I will be well.
The world will be well.
The world will be well.
That I can keep myself well.
That I can keep myself well.
Deep breath here. All will be well.
All will be well.
Deep breath here. I'm in control.
I'm in control.
And all will be well.
And all will be well.
Deep breath here. And again, before we say our goodbyes, just take a second to take stock of your body, see how things are feeling now. Hopefully that intensity is lower or that feeling in your body has changed. If it hasn't, please feel free to watch this video again. You can start from the beginning. There's also a quick video called Tapping and Breathing where we just tap on the points and breathe, and that's it. And it can be a really gentle grounding and calming technique if you are feeling still pretty escalated or that uncomfortable feeling is pretty intense. And so feel free to give that a watch as well. And lastly, in the description box below, there will be contact information if you were looking for more support. Anybody at Khorizon would be happy to speak with you and direct you to the appropriate people. And with that, we will say our goodbyes. I hope you have a good rest of your day and that there is some moment that brings you some peace today. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.